My name is Maritza.
My name is Mandy,
My name is Emon.
Welcome to Power Your Story, Season 4.
a podcast from Raygram Training Center High School in Chicago.
This season, our theme is Exploring Chicago.
Thank you for listening.
Enjoy the show.
Hello, my name is Aliyah Rich. Welcome to Power Your Story podcast. I'm here today at Raygram Training Center High School in Chicago. I'm going to talk about on the Great Discussions top 5 Chicago neighborhoods and places to visit. Chicago is one of the few largest cities in America, bringing in millions of people every year to the city. Knowing everyone has their favorite well-known or least well-known places to go, you can comment down on our social media pages about what is your favorite Chicago attraction. I dedicate this episode to the city of Chicago and every Chicagoan, as well as to our fans of our podcast that is listening. Thank you. Here is my top 5 favorite places to visit. Starting with number 1, Magnificent Mile. Magnificent Mile is a special area of the city that is literally the heart of what makes Chicago wonderful. I always enjoy walking, seeing all the architecture, restaurants, all the historic buildings like the John Hancock Center, Willis Tower, which, by the way, I just feel like Sears Tower is a better name for a building that's been around for a very long time. I don't know how many people call it Sears nowadays, but I still call it Sears. But Willis is kind of a bad name for a tower, in my opinion. But the area of Magnificent Mile is a great place to visit. You can do a lot of activities there. As far as like for the winter, you have the Lights Festival, as well as some restaurants you can just tour around. And there's a lot of places you can just enjoy yourself. Because Magnificent Mile always impresses me every single day, knowing you visit an area of the city, and it brings such joy to me, knowing you can explore, see, and well as special pride that we have something great in our city besides our violence and stuff like that. But it brings always amazing enjoyment and awe how beautiful it is. And as far as like the North Michigan Avenue is a great place. You can just see new things, new restaurants, new buildings. And I think it's a great place to explore if you want to visit that area. And for number 2 is the Metro Market. The Metro Market is a shopping mall in the West Loop area, having different produce, vegetables, restaurants, all different kinds. Having Chicago Fresh Market inside, which is pretty much amazing. I always wanted to visit there, and I'm pretty sure I'm going to visit there next summer. But it's full of different restaurants as well as places you can buy fruits and vegetables. As you explore, you can see the locations around it. So new buildings, restaurants, bars, and jobs. People are working in West Loop area with Google as well as other companies, because the West Loop is pretty much a change area. It's bringing new types of people who needs jobs and needs to work around, and it has like plenty of new things to just explore and well as work with. So if anybody is exploring to the Metro Market, it's located 108 North Canal Street, and it's in the West Loop area, and it's one of those places not a lot of people talk about, but it's something you can just check out and see if you want to buy some new food, and you can see some fresh bakeries and pies and just try. And number 3 is the Shed Aquarium. The Shed Aquarium is the most amazing attractions that always bring people around the world to look and see the sea creatures and animal that exist within our ocean, lakes, and rivers. It's a family-friendly entertainment and education. And I always had a great time seeing the dolphin shows and seeing all the reef. I think the reef area, it was the Caribbean Ocean. It's like the best area I ever seen, because it gives you the feel of seeing Finding Nemo, and it's always like fun to watch the animals swim. When you're in the lakeshore area, you're by the museum campus, so you see the science and industry. You have the outdoor planetarium. You have the field museum. So if you want to explore some education around Chicago, we have like the best places for museum. While the Chicago History Museum is pretty much far up north of Chicago, and that's a great place to visit. And you just have fun and just explore pretty much a rich history of what we have and what we can show to the world about Chicago, and how there's many areas of the city you can just take in and just wonder. And for number 4 is Navy Pier. And Navy Pier is a historical and most famous area of Chicago. I think everyone who lives in Chicago or just works in Chicago or just visiting Chicago heard of Navy Pier. And is the reason why it's very famous. Navy Pier has been around for a very long time. If you ever research the history of Navy Pier, it's been used for World War II. It serves as entertainment for families and friends. It always has something great to have, like activities, movies, game, concerts, fireworks. And if you new to Chicago, I think you should recommend going to Navy Pier. And it's brings like a classic yet nostalgic place to be. I always grew up being around Navy Pier. My father used to work in Navy Pier, and we always see the stages, the backgrounds, and I always see him cleaning around the areas of Navy Pier. And you always see the boats areas. They have like great activities where you just enjoy yourself on one of the big boats. I don't know if they still do the pirate boats, but that's a great thing to do. I always have great memories in Navy Pier, and if you ever bring your family to Navy Pier, you're gonna make some memories too. Bring your friends, families, uncles, aunts, and you just enjoy how you see the lake, the area, all the restaurants that they have. Go to an IMAX movie. It's really a good place to relax too. And number 5 is the Promontory Point, or the Point for short. So the Point is a special area in Chicago. It's not a lot of people know about the Point, but it's a man-made peninsula. So it's like a small park area in the city by the Science and Industry Museum. So it's around Hyde Park. So you go there and you pretty much enjoy the outside weather, as well as have a picnic, and you just view the city in a most amazing way, and you see pretty much everything: the lake, the city, you see the pond area, pretty much the whole city almost. It's like a great place to take pictures. I mean, you're always gonna take pictures there. And as far as the neighborhood itself, Hyde Park is an amazing neighborhood. There's always something you can just try, look around. They have colleges there, and you see how there's more and more attraction towards Hyde Park area. I think it's a place you can just well explore, and you have fun just with your family and your friends, and you just enjoy picnic area. Being in Chicago is like one of the greatest things I'm blessed with in my life. A lot of people talk about the negative things in the city, how it's crowded, it's noisy, or it just has a lot of crime. But people forget that a city is pretty much your home as well as your family. Everything you see in the city, everything you have in the city is what it gives you, like a mother or a father that protects you as well as provide for you. and it's important to take care of it as much as you can. The city always brings me joy and wonder, knowing I'm proud to be a Chicagoan, and I feel great that people explore Chicago in so many ways. There's so many things you can just try, and hopefully I get to see or something new that the city brings, and I'm just so proud. That's pretty much the end of my list. I'm Aliyah Rich for Power Your Story podcast. Thank you for listening, and have a great day.
Power Story is produced by students at Ray Graham Training Center High School in Chicago.
With production support from After School Matters and the creative Impostor Studios.
Today's episode was produced by
Aliyah.
You can find our show on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, Radio, Google Podcasts, and on the web at poweryourstorypodcast.com.
We are on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube as Power Your Story Podcast.
Follow us, subscribe, leave a review or a comment, and share our show with a friend. Thank you for listening.
See you again some other time.
Turn up all the